The moment his boss entered the office, Alex felt the walls closing in. Her presence was sharp, magnetic, almost dangerous. Every step she took was precise, every glance a challenge. She had a way of making him feel small, exposed, powerless, and yet he couldn't look away. As a single dad trapped in a relentless grind, raising an 8-year-old daughter while barely keeping his job afloat, every interaction with her was a test of endurance. Deadlines loomed like dark clouds, her critiques cut deeper than any storm, and the subtle, constant micromanaging gnawed at him. Exhaustion clung to him like a shadow, and guilt was a constant companion. The missed soccer games, the bedtime stories left untold, the silent question of whether he was failing his child. And still, no matter how suffocating life became, her presence haunted his thoughts long after the office emptied. If you believe in second chances, unexpected connections, and the strange power of human emotion, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel Heart Tale. This story will pull you in. Alex's life was a careful, precarious balancing act. Nights bled into mornings as he pored over spreadsheets and emails, eating cold meals at his kitchen table while his daughter doodled silently beside him. Predictable, lonely, unrelenting. And then she appeared, the boss who seemed to command the room with a presence that was almost hypnotic, her sharp features framed by shoulder-length chestnut hair, eyes that pierced through everything he tried to hide. Brilliant, unyielding, maddeningly distant, she criticized with surgical precision, never revealing the smallest crack in her armor. At first, Alex hated her. Meetings ended with clenched jaws, storms of frustration, and hours of replaying her words in his head. He told himself he couldn't be drawn to someone who made him feel powerless, someone who exposed every buried insecurity. And yet, against his judgment, a dangerous pull existed, an irritation that morphed into fascination, a tension he couldn't ignore, a strange ache that lingered beneath the surface of his reason. Outside the office, life offered no relief. His daughter's laughter was a fleeting balm, but it reminded him of what was at stake if he failed to hold it all together. There was no partner, no safety net. Only him, only his determination to survive, and a fragile hope that happiness wasn't forever beyond his reach. And so he endured the quiet torment of her piercing gaze, convincing himself that attraction was a dangerous, forbidden thing. Then it happened, an afternoon when the office was unusually quiet, the air heavy with unfinished work. Alex stayed late, buried in reports, his body screaming for rest. She appeared behind him, leaning against the doorway, her expression unreadable, but something had changed. The sharpness in her eyes softened. Before he could react, before words could form, she crossed the distance between them. There was no hesitation. She kissed him. It was shocking, consuming. The weight he had carried, the exhaustion, the frustration, the gnawing self-doubt, collapsed into a strange, terrifyingly beautiful clarity. It wasn't just passion, it was recognition. He saw the loneliness beneath her perfection, the immense pressure she carried, the quiet craving for connection. Their lives, chaotic, fragile, demanding, intersected in a moment that felt impossible, dangerous, and inevitable all at once. In the weeks that followed, their relationship existed on the edge of chaos. Stolen glances in the boardroom, tense near discoveries, nights filled with doubt and fear, but also growing desire and unspoken understanding. Slowly, the rage that had driven him to the brink gave way to subtle playfulness, raw conversations, and moments of shared vulnerability. Alex opened himself, revealing fears, dreams, and the love for his daughter he had long hidden. And she listened, with empathy, with curiosity, with a tenderness that cut through his defenses like light through darkness. At home, change was subtle but undeniable. He returned lighter, calmer, more present for his daughter. Laughter returned, patience returned, hope returned. In the quiet moments tucking her in, he realized that love wasn't just about romance. It was about survival, connection, courage, and the willingness to step into the unknown. Alex's life transformed not because it became easy, but because he allowed himself to embrace chaos, vulnerability, and trust. The woman who had once pushed him to madness became a partner, a confidant, a source of unexpected light. Through the shadows of frustration and exhaustion, he discovered a beauty he hadn't thought possible. If this story struck you, please like, comment, and share this video. And before you go, leave a comment about a time someone unexpectedly changed your life. Your story could touch someone else in ways you can't imagine. In the end, Alex understood that the deepest transformations come wrapped in struggle, intensity, and surprise. One unexpected kiss, one shared moment of vulnerability, the courage to trust. These were the sparks that turned darkness into connection, frustration into love, and exhaustion into joy. As he held his daughter, smiling at the woman who had once driven him to the edge, he knew everything had changed, for the better, irrevocably, forever.